I believe we are now streaming. Bring up the chat. See if I can separate it. Rightio. Why aren't you showing the actual... There it is. And we're in, we're open. And we're live. Yes, that one, thank you. And we're in, and we're on, and we're open. Good morning, Albion Online. Let's start. We're waiting for some people to turn up and get involved. So I may as well just go grab some shit. Shiver me timbers. Aces and Skippo Campus. Currently online. So I've organised some people to join us in our little party. However, if they don't turn up, it's fine. We'll just go back to what we're doing. I'm going to switch to some cheaper gear and cheaper tools. And then we'll go from there. Why not? Let me... I actually might buy the set because I want to actually have the build ready to go. Let's throw all this crackers away. We'll keep the wolf. Okay. Let me know if I'm really quiet. Yeah, we might stop with the music, to be honest. Just feels a bit like elevator music. Bang. Bada booey. Oh, we're off to the market. So I think I might go Clarent Blade. Let's use a minimum tier 6. Nope, it helps if you spell it right. My boots will be... Can't go wrong with Hunter. the hood. The cape. You know what? Kaleon might actually be not a terrible cape to use here. We'll give it a go. You always want to try and get them in tier 4.1. 4.1? 4.1, flat 4 is fine. I probably didn't, yeah, I didn't see AE. And then we just need tools. We'll just get a flat set of tier 6. I know it's going to drive me nuts because siege banner. Well now, I do not know what that is. That was a skinning knife, stone hammer. Wood axe. Grab all of this and then we'll turn it into a build. Once I've checked it's all ready to go. We forgot a bag. We can probably go tier 4 bag. Now the food in the pots. Can't go wrong with omeats, which stands for omelettes. Cooked. That bit annoys me, that user interface. You should just know what I'm thinking. Let's go to 7. 2. And then the pots. I might actually just have a general look at the potions, actually. General thought. Gig pots are always good. Yeah, we might get 3 gig pots. Okay. So this is a workable loadout. That's 700k worth, so we'll go to the loadouts. Create a new loadout. Patrol. And we'll turn it blue. And does that have the inventory tracked as well? What? Yeah, so you've got to be very careful because like the quality can actually change the price. No. background. That'll do. Create. What? Oh, okay. So can I just place additional items will be so if I went like this. Oh, okay, I get you. So I can't just shift click? No. You're gonna be a bloody bugger. That's what you're going to be. Okay, so we're going to save the changes. Perfect. I believe that's all the same build. Okay. Let's have a look at chance. There's AOS with the Death Givers. Why is it a 10 silver repair bill? Isn't that crazy? Probably just tracking data if they're doing that. Guild management, we've got 4. 6 and 1. Theo, we'll invite him to party. Theo doesn't actually talk on the mic, so I can actually probably drop the Discord if Aces and Skipper Campus don't join. AOS report. Wire7. Code red. So I'll just sit here and chill for a bit. What I'll also do is I'll grab that. No. Boom, copy. Control V. And then boom. Okay, so I'm assuming Theo isn't going to do that. So we can get rid of the Discord, that just gives us better performance. Yes. There's nice. Right. So the key to a good Clarent is being able to get your stacks up nice and quick. Oh, I forgot that I've got the thing. So we've already got a 3. Boom. Big double damage. I actually kind of hate this queue. I'm going to switch to this queue. I don't like the way it's dashing me around. So we've got 2 seconds on the E, so we've got big double damage. Boom. It helps if you don't stand in their fire as well. There we go. Now we just invis to reset all the mobs. Oh my god. We're actually getting might, which means one of these guys, Aces or Scipio. Hey, GG boys. Who's doing busy? Question mark. Ah, it's all good. I'm going to switch my this to this. I don't like the dash forward. It's really great for PvP and catching though. I just don't. I'll use it for PvP and catching. That is why I use the Clarent Blade. Huge damage. A red? Beautiful. Would have been clean, but he has a bubble. Easy money. There we go. That quick. Oh, I've actually got tools. Had forgotten. So the biggest problem with Noobie's, like, he's not really struggling. The problem is that he's got a really low Reaver. So the mobs are actually hitting him really hard. So don't feel bad if you're getting clapped by heavy mobs. You just haven't got the Reaver yet. I'm gonna go check out the chest. Oh, oh, that's actually, no, that's a red being killed. I might actually want to go suss that out. Maycol 13, killed by the blues. Sometimes you can third party a existing fight. And before you start saying, well, you shouldn't do that, well, the blues do it to me all the time. I've probably lost tens of millions, at least. Hello. Of, this is a conditional. Oh, 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 nah. Oh, yeah, this is why we do it. Yeah, we haven't caught him. Yeah. My albion life. Yeah, Theo probably wanted to get ahead of him. But yeah. It is highly likely that that dude's left. So I've got 3 full stacks. Beautiful. Five seconds to my E, so I may as well keep the stacks going. Yeah, I hate that little drip. That little drip. Got 3 around. Now, if you see a player doing that, it means they want your attention. So I think he's just new. He's just excited to be here. Here's what it is. Dropping to 2. I might as well kill this. Okay, he is pulling a lot. Way too many, some could say. Okay, we're going to reset the mobs. Theo, you just need to run, dude. You just need to run, dude. You really don't want to do that? Nope. Ooh, yeah, no, I actually want this now. That's a point too. Gonna get this little guy off the field. There we go. Beautiful. It is what it is. Let's have a look at his build. He actually said he was coming with something else. Let's have a look. Okay. I'd probably go cooldown, right? But I'll let him do him. We've got a steady 3 in the zone, which makes me think that we've actually got some roamers. So I'm going to... Oh, no, I'm not. Back up to 5. Boom. Baba Booey. Ba-ba-ba-da-dum. Actually, wouldn't be a terrible idea to clear this real quick. Ooh. I'm actually quick enough that I can probably look. Yeah, there we go. Where is he? He's not listening to pings. Yeah, he's not listening to pings at all. Theo is very new to the guild, so... yeah, okay. Well, we got this. Yeah, he's not reading guild chat either. Okay. Okay, so we want to go do this over here. Do it quick, get him some fame. He's gonna. I have a feeling he's going to be one of the guys that keeps changing his weapon over and over again. So we just need to start faming him up as much as possible. Because as you can see how quickly he's getting dropped by those mobs, 2 to 3 shot at the moment. Also I'm being dumb, eat your food. And it stacks up. Might speed clear it. Make it a little faster. Oh, I did. I've never tried to interrupt it. So I'm going to slow down a bit and let Theo go first. While I heal up. Okay. No mana. That is cucking me. There we go. Switching mana, switching to a self heal. Is that what he was using? Sorry, let me just check. Q and W this guy. But yeah, as you can see, I'm getting like a large amount of ease. And we're on the 3 now. Getting stacks up again. This guy can kick off, so we need to get him off the field. There we go. Okay, so for this last one, just in case I forget, I'm going to switch it back to invis. Oh. Okay, now that we know, let's go. Now he is a solar bus, so I'm not expecting too much too crazy. Roll him around, roll him around, roll him around. And then we're back in. Boom. We're doing pretty well. We got him. Never mind. Okay. Easy money. No, it doesn't matter. Yeehaw. 41k. Oh my god. Oh my god. Crap loot, but it is a solo dungeon. We used to speed clear them with 2 people, like this, just to get them done nice and quick. Just to run that RNG machine. I honestly make more money out of the gathered materials than I do the dungeons, but it's just a bunch of fame, which is really good for our new guys. Hello, hello, hello. What do we have here then? We take that. Problem with chatting is that I'm losing my little script thing. We'll head over to the egg thing, we'll see if it's viable. Sometimes it's not worth it, Y Forest especially. There's a group that kind of just like runs it. How much, what do we got? 4 seconds, I'm gonna get out, get out, get out, get out. I don't like all these different groups. I'm gonna see what happens. But I want that red. Yeah, see how they're not, no one's attacking? They're all mates. Every single one of them's mates. That is why we don't do the chests. Oh! Yeah, no chance. Maybe I could get Edsis. No chance. You've got to be very very wary in wire forests. Both the blues and the reds can be quite dangerous. Theo is currently on him. Follow. Oh. D301, we got 7 flagged. Okay. Don't know where these guys went. Just look the coop. I don't like how these guys are just like... how they just kind of hang around. I'm just gonna hold. Oh, I know what they're doing. I know what they're doing. So we have a team of gankers. What they're doing, if you go up here, is they are using this portal to run away with. They've taken all the charges. So every time the blues start to swarm them, they can hide in there. Legitimate strat, but we do have a very active team of reds around. They've gone into long timber. Yeah. Banking. So I'm actually going to find an empty chest and we're just going to see how much we can... Oh, tempting. I could grab it, but they normally always... You try to keep some kind of protocol. If someone's on the node, you leave it alone. I'll take this instead though. So when doing lethal content, normally what you want to try and do is make your gear set back. So we're currently worth... I'm going to use that chest. What's this one looking like? Let's put them right down the bottom. And then, boom. So minusing the money you get from like pouches and bags and stuff like that. We take that out just so we get an accurate number. So we've made 181k just then. I'll throw this in there for the moment. 181k, my gear set is worth about 600, so we're going to need to do that 2-3 more times to cover the gear set before we go into the negative. You can run a lot cheaper, but you go a lot slower. Sometimes it is worth investing in better gear just to burn down mobs and other things quicker. Sometimes it be like that. I also tend to be pretty picky with what I grab, so anything 0.2 and above. But if I'm not finding much after a while, I'll just quickly grab some 0.1s, like so. You always try to keep yourself ready to go, and keep moving. We do have 1 red. Sometimes 1 red's spookier than 9. So where is he? What is he planning to do? Oh my god. Perfect. We take that. It helps if you don't stand in it. So in an unfortunate side effect, I didn't realise that it's actually Easter for America, so our first stream is going to be very dead, but that's alright. Is that what I think it is? No, I don't think it is. Yeah, I thought that was like a gold butterfly at the front of that dungeon. Actually getting a few journal entries, actually. Huh. Cool. Red dismounted, north of me. Somewhere, but he's definitely a solo ganker. Yeah, no, he's definitely around. There's another one over here. He's definitely around here though. Oh, he's actually dead. He picked the wrong guy to mess with. Ooh, 6-3. Okay, what was I up to? Now that the gank is dead? Ooh. Grab us a little bit of that. Made a couple of mil just selling the fame boost eggs. I don't really use it because I haven't got premium. Ooh. No, 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 no. All bets are off when it's a 3. He got it. Ah, bugger. Too quick. I'm gonna get this fucking bear though. Yeah, no, all rules are off for 0.3. Ganif Safter says, are you on the EU? No, I am not. I'm on the NA server. How are you going, Ganif? So I'm assuming if you asked EU that you're an EU player? What was that I saw up there? God damn him. What, 4? Ooh. I'm assuming Brian's on his way too, based on that aggro. Yeah. Ooh. Taking a break, my guild lost most of our territories in the BZ and is still dangerous. Yeah, that'll do it, dude. That will do it. Honestly, what is that? 5-1? Could not care less. I want this 6-2. It be rough. Hate reset day, it was yesterday. Definitely rough. Make or break Black Zone guilds, a reset day. And sometimes you can do everything right, but, you know, the ecosystem was just wrong. You picked the wrong boys to mess with. Any luck with Easter chest? I haven't gotten any of the really good mount eggs. But I do get a lot of we do get a lot of those boost. I'm making money off those boost eggs, the 15% increase. They've been really good. I've made about 2 mil off them so far, just selling them. I don't have premium at the moment, so so it's a good little money. It doesn't make sense to do fame boosts because I don't care, because I've got a stupid amount of fame already. Don't follow me if you're a new player. Sold it because I'm broke. Yeah, it'd be like that. I've got quite a few skins actually. I can show you the ones I do have. So I'm not broke, but bank overview. It is in Martlock. I got 1 billion in skins, so I'm pretty much good for money. Once I sell a big enough skin, I'll buy the premium and then I'll be set. That's my rainy day fund right there. Do you think the price will rise again? For gold? Probably. Yeah, probably. I think it always will. Like, I think that if they've had to constantly put mechanics to bring the price down, it's because the upward pressure has always been a little too much. It's been very reliable gold, that it will always go up, but I sometimes wonder if it suffers from, like, you know, the last 40 years of the economy where capitalists just think it always goes up, when I don't think it's always the case. There might be a massive correction. I think any investments along that regard, the best thing is to diversify your portfolio. And that has been in financial advice from Stormlord at Albion Online. Oh, not gold, the Easter Vanity skins. If they keep coming out with the same skin every year, probably not, but it will be at its best about 6 months from now, when the skin supply is a lot less. It's like another really great way of making money if you have premium is the seasonal mounts. So your daily mounts, which today is the Panther. Ooh, I should get the Panther. I should really get the Panther. I like Panthers. If you pick the right mount, you can sell them like 6 months down the track for a massive markup. And I've known really successful players who have made a lot of money from that. I'm talking about players who've owned like a quarter of Fort Sterling, so they make me look like a newbie. And that's how they did it. They got money from the seasonal mount skins. But yeah, Easter Vanity, I'm not too sure about. Oh shit, we're already overweight. Better go drop off. It is pretty rough for new players to make money in this game, just the way it is. But once you get the ball rolling, it's not too hard. Though I'm definitely biased in the fact that I've been here for a long time. So I'm making our way back, grabbing in the Gucci. Okay. I was kind of hoping to get like a 0.2, 0.3, 0.4 mist. That's where you make some really good money. Go in, quickly skim off some of the really nice resources. Probably no good with tier 6 tools though. You miss the really good stuff, but I'll sometimes run around. I won't do that. I'm not going to run anything over 6 with the stream on. Just previous experience. But one of those mists would be great, but I can guarantee I'd go in there with my flat 6 tools and fucking see a 7.2 or a 7.3 and just lose my mind. Like, no! Money! Right there. Hello, what are you doing? Oh my fucking god. Spicy boys. Better let the Thread Zone police know. They're Glover as well. I actually remember that guild from ages ago. So I'm going to give them an automatic code red. Because those guys used to track me down when I was streaming. Not that they're allowed to do that, but they did it anyway. Rules are for pussies. But here at the Glover Guild, we do not give a flying fook. Ban our guild, we don't care. Hello. Oh, the AOS report is a travel warning for traders going through the red zones. Sorry if I'm saying this out loud. Out loud. Point 3. So we have the 4 again. I haven't killed anyone yet. Glover's displaying some strange behaviours actually. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. The boys are running around. Do 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 do. Now I'm engaging in really risky behaviour because we knew probably 2 to 3 screens ago they'd flagged up. Normally it's a bit of a Freudian slip where they flag. It means that that's kind of they're kind of running the whole. I'll show you what I mean. So I'll bring it up. They were flagging around here, which normally means what they're doing is they're watching that route between Caerleon and Long Timber. It's not to say they won't change, but it is a bit of a slip, and so gathering near there can be a bit of a giveaway. Oh, okay. Gaia Safta says, so when I started playing Albion NA, it was the only server, so I decided to buy all the elite mounts. I have 10 of each. But then I lost my Gmail account to the profile. Yeah, dude. We literally had a guy rejoin from like He was a release player. He has all of like the founder, like the base skins, all that. He's probably worth billions and billions of silver. He came back and he can't get access to his account. And so I was like, oh no, brother. You would have been loaded, brother. It can be rough. It can be very rough. The support system was not too good. You're talking about support tickets with Albion Online? I haven't had too many problems. I know that once you go outside of your language, outside of like the main big languages, it gets pretty rough as filing a support ticket. But I do know for like probably around the time you're talking, they were struggling. They were really rough. Oh, hark! Harrow! 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 When you are the chosen one. What was I saying? Yeah, Albion support has gone through a number of incarnations. Back in the early days, they were a really tiny team, and they didn't expect their game to have even 30,000 concurrent players. So I think they didn't really budget for it. The other big thing is that it's not just 30,000 players, it's like from all over the world. So the language support has been really rough. I've been spending a lot of time just like driving them and forcing them to represent more languages, because they need to accept that they're not just a German or English speaking game, that they've actually got players from all over the world. And that comes with a series of responsibilities. Especially if the groups are quite large, like the Turkish player base is quite large, the French is quite large. The Filipinos, the Tagalog group is quite large. A lot of the Spanish-speaking countries as well. So these large communities do need to be supported, otherwise... And the problem is, I think, unfortunately, is that they tend to follow the money. So if the English speakers are spending the most money, they tend to get the best infrastructure, which is really unfortunate. I think you should represent more effectively. That is my personal opinion, and I understand that I'm not in there, I'm not a fly on the wall, understanding why they're doing what they're doing. Oh yeah, Ganef, China is a huge player base. Even though they pretend to be guys called John, they're actually not meant to be playing video games. If I remember correctly, they're censored in China, but that has not stopped them. Oh, I need to go drop off. Oh, wire clear. Do-do. South Africa, and you're in the Chinese guild. Hey, you can call yourself the Brick Step. What tier is my tools? My tools are tier 6. I can use every tool to tier 8 except sickles and picks, just because I like forest biomes. The reason why I'm carrying tier 6 is because I'm streaming, and it would be an expensive loss. A whole set of tier 8 tools I think is nearly $1 million. 600-700k here. Be what it be. That's what got me into the guild. Nice. You're like, yeah. Fuck the West. Let's go. We got 6. 6 flagged. God, it's like they wait for me to do an AOS report. Boop. Swally mammoth. Ooh, I got a feeling. I'm getting a feeling. Oh, no. Hi, D1. Hey, buddy. Yeah, cool. Come on. Let's go drop off. I miss my double-bladed staff. I could have caught at least one of them. Oh, the Chinese guilds do, you know, they've got massive numbers. And really well organized. I remember we fought them in the East server, and well, we didn't mean to. We went and found a little Avalonian road. We thought even like the crafting was pretty bad, so no one would really care. So we could still like sneak a little hideout in, and then this one little guild rocks up, and it's a Chinese guild. We're like, okay, you know, this is the game. We're a Blackstone guild, so we start getting the people together to start driving them out of the biome. And then that one little guild that was about 100, but we were, you know, 30, 40, so we thought, you know, as long as we're quick and fairly aggressive, we should be able to bring this under control. But yeah, that turned into multiple alliances of over 10,000, sending tier 3 blobs into an Avalonian road to basically jump us. In our little guild, we saw the numbers coming in, so we hired 2 other guilds to step in and like help us with this. It was not enough. They just burned right through us, and they had this fantastic strategy of what I call deep frontline tanks, like so far deep that they sat in our DPS all the time. And it was just, they were just messing these 2 groups up, my 2 mercenary guilds up, to the point where us, the clients, who weren't even supposed to be fighting, had to like jump in as well. And we lost, you know, props to the Chinese guild. They didn't even need to really turn up in the numbers they did, but they were very well organized and very aggressive. Turns out they really wanted the quiet Avalonian hideout zones as well, so they could just perma-farm them. Even while we were in there, they were setting up bots on every single node to just chip at the resources. Like literally where I am now, they just have a bot. He would just sit there waiting for that 6-1 to respawn. And we would come past it, we'd kill it. 5 minutes later he was back. Kill it again. 5 minutes later back. Every time we killed one, they would swarm out of their hideout. It was rough. They're really... They play the game to the absolute meta of its system, and that's really difficult to take on with any guild. So props to them. Okay, we're at 1. Boom. Might fill up one more time. What are we looking at? Oh no, we've got plenty of time. I might head into Night Bloom. I'm going to just online again. Need some green to keep me calm. If you're talking about marijuana, dude, it has the good part, but just keep an eye out for the low part, the paranoia. Well, you'd know. You'd know the highs and the lows. I got a chest. Oh, right, I have a little sniff around. It's not looking good. Chests around Kelleon tend to be almost almost permanently have fight teams around them. Every option they've got. After a while you begin to figure out just based on names whether you should be contesting them or not. Yeah, definitely. You have a good one, dude. Vroom. Yeah, we can hang around the chest. Sometimes they fight each other. This is why I'm in flat 6. Yeah, look at them. After a while you begin to like watch how their behavior, how they move. You can already see there's 2 distinct groups here. Possibly one. And they're trying to bait me into thinking that it's a decent fight. Yeah, no, there's definitely 2. The smaller group's not sure. Yeah, they looted. Easy money. Not much you can do there. That's my number 1 tip for the red zones, guys. Get used to picking your fights. Ooh. But you know what I will do? Have a little sniff around. I knew you were gonna do that, you motherfucker! I'm gonna get out of here. Another tip for red zones, if you see a bunch of blues watching you, leave. Do you operate in the black zone? Not really me, personally. The AOS does. They have small teams of black zone patrollers who will go rat the black zones, depending on our numbers. At the moment it is not that, but we are the Red Zone Police Guild. So we operate primarily out of the city of Caerleon. We do roads tracking, other things like that. We're not like hard pushed, we don't force our players to... The only rule we have in our guild is no flagging. And that's it. 0% taxes, guild islands in every city, which means you can operate in any portal you want to. If you're wondering why I'm gathering this tier 7 basalt, I've got to upgrade a guild island. Caerleon. So it normally would mean bringing in the stone from one of the blue cities through the red zones. And if I died with all of the tier 8 stone needed for our guild hall, I would be pissed. Oh wow, this is... I'm not mad at this poem. It's actually perfect for my tools. If this was 0.1 anything, I couldn't gather it. Let's load up on this. I'll stream you on the TV while I play Albion. Won't be bearable. Oh, okay, no, you're totally fine, Guinea. You can start placing bets. How long will I last? How much stone have we got? Very little. I remember Druid. He used to be so cool. And this is what he's become. Yes, this if you're seeing the text up around this high, it means that this zone's actually been around for a bit. Normally it starts with that 1 tick per resource. But yeah, this is your best option if you're a red zone guild, if you want to grab tier 7, tier 8 resources. Here's the mist. You try and keep an eye out for anything that's, you know, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. Or 0.4. You've lucked out with a 0.4, and I would have been furious if I'd found a 0.4 with my flat 6 gear. Okay. Maybe we might find some good 6-1 around. Not too keen on grabbing any more of the flat. Let's see if we can find some juice. Actually, tier 7 tools might not be a terrible idea. It's just a static. It's probably not crazy expensive. And I do play in a way that means I live more than I die. Probably might be worth it. Do. This is a duo mist, I need to remember that as well. Actually, now that I think about it, like the pop should be quite low at the moment because it's Easter in the United States. Might be a good opportunity to do some Black Zone stuff. I'll have a think about it. We're just running around looking for any 0.3s, 6.3s, 5.3s. Anything nice. We'll take a 5.2. And then we just leave. If we can't find another mist, I'm more watching for the mists. See if we can go up a tier. I should gather that. I have to force myself to gather stone. It's also, if you're in the Black Zone, another little tip is it might be counterintuitive, but it's not terrible to just leave a tick on there, because it means that PvPers who don't have tools will not know that you've gone past. Because some PvPers some gankers are pretty switched on. They can see that a lot of stuff's been gathered. We do the same thing when we're hunting gankers, because gankers are constantly trying to kill something. They end up killing like a bunch of mobs around where they're ganking. So you start seeing all of these animal bodies everywhere, or mob bodies everywhere, and then the gank is just like a screen south. Anti-gankers use the same thing. We'll dismount on them and then we'll start walking forward over the mobs. I should leave a tick, but I won't. Don't do what I'm doing, kids. Especially if you're Black Zone gathering. It's not a terrible idea to leave a single tick on the resource, especially if you're by yourself. Oh, I just heard a Swiftclaw jump. Yeah, there's someone here. There's a guy around. I think he may have heard me before I heard him, because he is Gonskis. Gonskis. Or he's after that chest. There's two things over in the east corner that people go for. Oh, I can hear him. Ooh. Hello, mysterious stranger. Hi. I think this guy's a gatherer. Dual swords, good flea weapon. And then I definitely look like a ganker though, so he's very worried. I'm gonna let him go. Got my own shit to do. He wants that bear, so he's he's gonna keep dancing around until I leave him alone. But yeah, ganker would see what he was doing, and then he'd just like, you know, give it about a minute, 2 minutes, and then he'd come back and just hit that bear. Guaranteed find him on it. I think the bear's tier 7 leather, so I can understand. Not only that, when you kill a mob and gather its resources, it ticks a lot faster. A great example would be I'm gonna kill this guy. Just to tell you what I mean. I've clearly forgotten to eat my frickin' omelette. But as you can see, because you watched me gather tier 7 materials before, it's a lot quicker. Plus you get a full brother. Tis full. Oh, that chest hasn't been touched in a while. It might be worth having a little sniff around. Yeah, I'm getting bored of gathering stone, so I'm gonna have a little sniff around, see what we can get. Also, this is a really good zone for my tier. I need to keep an eye out for more 6.1s. Yeah, he'd go after that bear as well. I don't know if I want the wisp. Oh yeah, there's a mysterious stranger. How you doing, buddy? Death givers? Yeah, he's gonna do it. He took the chest as well. I think I'm done with this. I'm gonna have a little look in the middle, and then we'll reset. I could definitely gather a bunch more stuff here, but the longer you're in a mist, the more people that spawn into it. So you kind of want to hit it nice and quick, and then just leave. And this but yeah, I need to keep an eye out for 6.1s. It seems like it's the exact kind of tier for my current tools. Hello. A little coffer. Yeah, not much. But we take it. Nope. God. If it wasn't a relic, I wouldn't go back in. There he is, he's dismounting on me. That's mine now. Yeah, he's flexing up to me because he's checked my build and he knows that he can tag me. And the most lucrative resource in there, he's not only that, he's stalking, because he keeps popping up at like just the east corner of my screen. So he's kind of keeping a watch on me. Ooh, hello, what the fuck is that? There's a big horse rider. A veal weaver. That's sick. I would go him if there wasn't a Death Givers lurking. Actually, you know what? Let's give this a go. Why not? Nightfall Abbey. It is a 2-man though. Might not have been a good idea to go in here. Shit. Well, if we die, we die. C'est la vie. This is giving me Destiny 2 vibes. I'm just going to go out to the outer ring, clear 1 or 2 rooms, and then just dip. Hello. Oh wow. Bit more max health. We'll keep moving out this way, because I'm going to need it if I'm taking on 2. Okay, we'll grab this one as well. We need to get these guys off the field pretty quickly because of that very reason. We'll get back in it for this very reason. We'll get it back. Up, we're out. We are out quicker than you can imagine. Quicker than you could imagine. That was on. I could go the other side. No, I'm getting too risky. I'm risking it for the biscuit. Yes. We'll take more risk-taking behaviours once we've got our gear set covered. So this is good. Let's have a quick look. Much lower tier zone. A little bit dull actually. What was that? Oh, saying that, 6-2. Oh, red to the south. Yeah. What are we? Curse staff one-handed. He's a bit of a beast. Yeah. He knows I want that 6-2. He's seen me gathering it. It be what it be. Might give it 2 to 3 minutes and then we'll have a bit of a snoop back. Maybe I could switch to parry. At the very least, his E won't be able to finish me off. and it doesn't reflect it. Yeah, no, this zone's crap. Let's have a look at that mist. Who would be this? Is this the same dude? No, he is not. Oh. Oh. I just remember this is a duo mist, so whoever his mates is. Yeah, he's following now. He's following hard. 0.1 mist, dismounted. Sprinting, trying to catch. He missed. Gotta just keep reminding myself we're in a duo mist. Actually, I'm getting weird pains in my shoulder. First world problems. Okay. And we have returned. I'd forgotten about this much zone. We were in Common Wisp. Oh. Hey. Yeah, these have been the things I've been selling. Red to the north of me. These, yep, multiple reds. Very interested in me. No, not really. I think they might have had something else. Yeah, I think they might have been going to Craigmore. Down to 2. Down to 1. Yeah. Yeah, there's a sterling blob in the zone, so unlikely they're going to be doing too much snooping. Karo Kazan. Karo Kazan. Let me... Okay. We take that. I've been selling the little eggs because I don't care, and the chocolates. Not bad money. Got 60k for the chocolate egg. Made about a couple of mil off the chocolate eggs. I just don't use them. Doesn't really interest me. However, it does very much interest the other people. Oh, Chrysantic. Tier 8 Gatherer. He must have mates. Must have? I don't know. Can't confirm. But he's being very brave. Running around in Tier 8 Gathering gear. Sometimes they just don't care. They make so much from just risking it. What do we got? Anexi. Another little trick I might show you guys when living out in the red zones. Say you need to like deal with real life or whatever and you don't really want to take all your stuff back, because you want to try and get back with like 100% on your inventory, is to find a random or group dungeon and just sit in it until the timer runs out and it closes behind you, and that gives you just a little safe spot out in the red zones. I can hear one. You wouldn't use that, that's an Avalonian road. Yeah, but something like this. This little 6-1, or that one down there, just go sit in it and wait for it. I just saw a red. I just saw a lot of reds. Whoop. Ah, lordy. Ooh. I thought so. Huh. I'm hanging around this Chrysanta because if the Red Sea beat either us next to each other, they're going to be after Chrysanta. Oh, you mean the guy on the ox? Yeah, no worries. $2.5 mil gone, 4 kills, 6 deaths. Nice. What are you up? 2.5 mil or you lost it? Yeah. Down. Yeah. Can be rough, dude. You have your good days and your bad. That's alright, as long as you had fun. Oh, lordy. Hey, another one. I got good vanity items, but it's not worth much now, hence the day I made 15 mils vanities and eggs. Yeah, okay. Oh dude, I've lost, I wouldn't say hundreds of millions, but I've definitely lost tens of millions in one go. Very easily. I think the highest I ever got was about 80 million. Once. That was a rough day. I was on my tier 8 Battle Eagle and I was just like mucking around with all my arena gear in my inventory near the gates. Accidentally clicked on a tier 1 tree, dismounted, six claw gankers jumped me. Murdered me, 80 million in damages. Took a month off. I needed a month. All because I clicked on a tier 1 tree. And dude, I made it to the gate. I literally was 3 steps in, didn't matter. My lag, my ping being 280 ping, and I died. Even though I could see the bubble. I was furious. I needed a month after that. It happens, dude. And it won't, like, I say that's my highest, but I'm fully expecting that it's going to be worse at one stage. I'm not as silly now. I'm paying attention a little bit more, so it might be a little harder. But, you'll always, there's a part of you, especially if you're an OG player, you just, in order to feel something, you start, risking it for the biscuit. Just to feel, yeah, it's honestly just to feel something. There we go. We're about 65%. We'll go drop this off. Oh yeah. I have one guy in my guild right now who's lost multiple command mammoths. And I'm like, he's got a new command mammoth. I'm like, dude, you just need to give that to me. We're friends. Just give that to me now. Because I know what you're going to do with it. Now, we will spend months doing hundreds of millions in damages to the gank cartels around the thing, and you'll lose a single bloody mammoth, and the gankers have made all their money back. If I sound really pissed, it's because I've told him 1,000 times. Can't help himself. Unfortunately, I'm a bit of a party pooper when it comes to stuff like that. So, after, you know, from the stream's beginning, we've made about 700k. So it's not crazy amount, definitely could have been better, especially if we'd found a few more mists, if I'd been running higher tier gear. But this is really just an experiment with this build. If we can see if, because I can lose this build many times over, it's not a big deal. It's a bit pricey, but at the same time, you know, it opens up the entire zone for content. I can do everything. I can do a dungeon, I can do the gathering, I can do the fishing, I can do the mists, because the mists are still doable at 0.2, 0.3. So, you know, it's 700k, we're up. And that easily jumps into the millions if we kill someone. But, this is a fantastic baseline. Fantastic. Where did those eggs go? Oh, there they are. Never mind. We're now at nearly a mil. Decent money in those chocolate eggs if you want to sell them. And you want to kind of sell them around now while they've still got a bit of time on them, so that people are buying in bulk so they can do fame buffs. Make your build a little cheaper. Well, if I was to sit down with my build, I would think it's probably, first things first, is that's 400k just in the Grey Wolf. Oh, it can be switched back. Clarent Blades. No. Yeah, the Clarent Blade and the Mistcall are not crazy. About 100k between the two of them. Kaleon Capes can be a little rough. But yeah, the tools tend to be where I got cheaper, because I was actually, before doing this, I was running them with like a full set of tier 8, tier 7 tools, and that was nearly a mil just in tools. So this is a really good, affordable little build. I highly recommend the Clarent Blade to anyone watching, either now or in the future when you see this stream. It's a great little weapon, because one of the key survival mechanics in red zones or in lethal content is you do not want to be on your feet. You don't want to be dismounted for too long. You want to be able to burn the mob down really nice and quick, get up and go. If you're being watched, it's because he's got mates coming. It might not be the case, but you will be surprised how many times I've left a zone and then watched as someone there has died. And what I mean by a zone, I just mean like a screen, a couple of screens away. So being cautious, paying attention to, you know, watching your own back. Don't always trust that your mates are looking at the screen, and you will be right. But how I'd make the build cheaper, probably drop down to a Swift Claw. We've got a Swifty here, so let's have a little look. We don't have a Swifty? What's that owl worth? Probably a lot more. No? The owl's probably cheaper. A 316. Dropped it down to 580. Oh, I'm really after that Swift. Let's have a look. No swifts. We definitely have swifts. It's probably up here. Let's have a quick looky. The other great thing too about a tier 4 bag is it means that you drop off sooner. This might seem counterintuitive as a gatherer, but small regular trips tends to be a lot better than loading up in one big one and then losing it. So yeah, Swiftclaw is about 76k, so that's a massive drop if I just drop to a Swift. Yeah, we've dropped down to about 340, so the Swiftclaw would be the play. I pick the Grey Wolf normally because quick mount timers, and if you combine that with an Assassin Jacket, it means you can be up and out pretty quick. We need more food as well. Have we got a bunch of omelets? I think we got a bunch of omelets in this chest. Yeah, oh my god, huge amount. What am I doing? I was about to go buy them. Rightio, what's the time? Well, you know, I was going to allocate 2 hours for this, and we're nearly there. We're done for that. We could definitely optimize that a little bit more. But, yeah, we'll stop here. This has been a AOS patrol. As you can tell, this is the reality. It's not crazy PvP. A lot of people join our guild expecting it to be an absolute bloodbath, but it is not. The endless war is endless because it's quiet for long periods of time. We could definitely escalate the violence, but I tend to wait until I've actually got a bit of a crack team. And unfortunately, the one guy we did get today is brand new, and I didn't really quite trust him, especially when he turned up with the build he did. Just to look at my my guild at the moment has 6 online. I would not trust any of them. However, Schmong and Aces both move very well. I have a feeling that they're going to get very good very quickly. Theo has an unfortunate habit of, as soon as he dies, he leaves. But we've got on Hideo is pretty good. Ranger Boy's got some cracked builds that he uses. Running down the list, Astro's a really good PvPer. Kuro's been really solid. Emiche is really solid. That's Nyquil, he's a really old player, so he has been really strong. Igni's an absolute beast. Dragon Deer is a gatherer, but he's already starting to get a taste for blood. Apollos is probably one of the strongest healers in the game. John Ruiner is a very aggressive PvPer, which is good. Asgaroth is probably one of the strongest tanks I know. Oopsie Daisy, Rory Ranger, I don't know either of them. Oopsie Daisy is an alt of someone, but I forget. JCMP is an absolute beast of a PvPer, and Candyman is a phenomenal Hellgator. So if you're one of my guild members watching this, keep an eye out for these names. It's really important for you to actually meet and talk to each other. So that you can actually build rosters. So when the guild fails you, at least you've got a roster of players you can contact. So, with that, we are going to call the stream and just let everyone know, yes, the AOS is recruiting. We're currently looking for people who are tier 6 plus, but we're not going to be too worried if tier 4. The big thing about this particular playstyle is that you are going to get jumped. It is the red zones. It happens quite a bit. And so you need to have a pretty decent economy. So you need to be able to make money. We do cover gear, but when you're a rookie and we don't know you yet, your cap is at 100k, which might seem like it's not very much, but as a rookie you probably shouldn't be getting up that high anyway. Claim all of them. So if you're interested in joining, just let us know. And we will see you in the next one.